Way Stronger Together fam, what's up? Before we get into my segment for today, I just want to take a second to thank everybody who has participated and engaged with us throughout this 7-day challenge. I want to thank all of the fitness professionals that collaborated with me in providing you guys some education, and also all of our sponsors. I will also list those in the comments below. Thank you guys all so much. I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without you. I appreciate all of you, and I'm grateful for you, and I look forward to continue working with you all in the future. So with my segment, I am here to talk about overcoming adversity, and I could go on and on and on about this topic. So I'm going to try to keep it relatively short. So where I'm going to start with this is sort of reverse engineer my story and share that with you guys. For those of you who know me and who have followed me for a while, you probably know I am 31, and society kind of tells us that we need to have everything in our lives perfectly figured out and sorted out by the age of 30. Otherwise, it's like, what are you doing with your life? And with that being said, there's 3 things that kind of happen throughout our lives, and it's what we hope will happen, it's what we fear might happen, and then it's what actually happens. And the day that you realize that you are the one person in control of all of those things is the day that your life becomes yours again. If you try to suppress these things that happen throughout your life, it just creates white noise in the background, and you can never seem to get quite clear on what it is you're doing every day. Why do you wake up? What is your purpose? What are you here for? A lot of things that happen throughout our lives have conditioned our thought process, our belief systems, all of our neurotransmitter connections. And with that being said, there's this framework that's been established by the things that have happened in our lives that have conditioned us to believe the things that we believe today. Adversity is inevitable. Trying to avoid it is like trying to avoid Mother Nature. It's going to happen whether you want it to or not. So I'm here to let you guys know that avoidance of these things is just weighing you down. It's crushing your soul. It's trapping all of your potential inside of you. Adversity always seems to show face at the most inopportune times. Ain't that the truth? It forces you to level up. It forces you to play on a higher ground. It's not going to let you get by with just the bare minimum. You didn't give 100% effort, adversity is going to let you know. It knows your true potential, even when you might not see it. At the end of the day, we all want freedom, we want respect, and we want to be loved. You can't attain any of these things, at least not on a deep level, if all of your life's adversities are sitting on top of your ability to be present for those things to come into your life. I recently realized that it was one of my lies of omission that was keeping me from seeing my full potential. With any adversity in life, there's 5 stages of grief. We begin in denial. We don't want to believe that these things are happening. That couldn't happen to us. That would never happen to us. Then we get angry. Why is this happening to me? Have you ever sat back and tried to look at it from the perspective of, what is this teaching me, instead of, why is this happening to me? Then we begin bargaining. Well, maybe if I do this better, this will happen for me. Or I could have said this, and it would have gone this way instead. You get the idea. Once we realize the bargaining isn't working, then we start to fall into this state of depression. It's a dark place, it's a lonely place, it's painful, it doesn't feel good. Eventually, you get sick of feeling sad and down, and we begin to accept where we're at. Once you begin to accept the things that have happened and understand them for what they are, for what gifts they provided to you, for what lessons they taught you, then and only then can you truly begin to unlock your full potential. There's millions of people in this world that have it worse than you. No matter how badly you think you have it, somebody out there has it worse than you, and they would give anything just to be in your shoes. Locally, and even a little bit beyond locally, I'm known for how strong I am. I can move a barbell. I can move a lot of weight. And I've always been asked relative to health and fitness, what is my superpower? And I've always just immediately gone to that thing that's my vice, the barbell. Being very strong and efficient on the barbell was what I always said my superpower was. I was wrong. I might do that thing really well, but it's not just because that's my superpower. All the adversity that I've experienced drove me to turn to the barbell, to turn to fitness for an outlet. So now I say my superpower is all the adversity that I've experienced. Can we just take a second to sit with that thought? Adversity is the catalyst to drive you to become who you want to be. Avoidance of adversity will only crush your soul like it did mine. Adversity is the absolute foundation for success. Yo, you can literally be anything. Anything. I should have been an alcoholic. I have a long line of addiction on both sides of my family, and I definitely enjoyed to party. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy a drink or a few drinks here or there, but I was destined to be an alcoholic. I became pre-diabetic, overweight, smoker, binge drinker at a fairly young age. I had severe cystic acne. I was teased about it in school. I was teased about my weight in school. I've been on the receiving end of both some physical and sexual abuse. Now I want you to think about all of those things for just a minute. I don't want your sympathy. What I want is just to find some perspective. If I would have accepted the framework that those experiences conditioned my neurotransmitters to believe, who would I be? Who would I become? What would I be for the rest of my life? What might my life look like 5 years from now? When we find ourselves facing adversity, the best way is through instead of avoiding. It should be kind of a wake-up call for us. It should force us to spring to action. It's like we flipped a switch where all of these strengths and talents that we didn't even know existed inside of us just start pouring out. Begin to redefine your life story or your framework. So you begin to align with your higher purpose. You feel fulfilled at the end of the day. You can't wait to wake up in the morning. And then it's just time to let go of all ego, and just give, give, give. So that's what I'm here today to do. Like I said, I didn't share all of those things because I wanted to build a SAP story or to gain sympathy from you guys. I wanted to create perspective for you. This is your life. What things are you accepting that you've built this framework around that aren't serving the person you truly aspire to be? What things that have occurred in your life that have hurt you or made you believe that you're not worthy of these things? I'm going to leave you on this note, and that is 4 principles that I strongly believe in. And the first one is that we need to break down every notion that we ever believe to be true that is negatively impacting who we're showing up as today relative to who we want to show up as tomorrow. Now that you've broken those things down, you need to believe that you can show up for that person that you want to be tomorrow. But we all know that just believing in something doesn't make it true. So now it's time to start taking action daily and working towards this person that you aspire to be. Then and only then can you unlock this person that you truly desire to become. That's what I've got for you guys on adversity and making adversity your superpower. And if you're struggling with any of those thoughts, ideas, or notions, I'd love it if you'd reach out and connect with me. Maybe I can help you work through some of those things. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate and love you all. Just remember, no matter what adversity you face, you can literally be anything that you desire to become. You just have to take the right steps to get there.